Globally, 1 in 3 women, that is over 800 million women, have experienced sexual or physical violence at least once during their life. These women may feel trapped or afraid. Their lives are often restricted. Those who consider leaving are afraid of ending up penniless or losing their children. Less than 40% of them seek support of any sort, and of these, only 10% seek support from the police. Of all the women who are victims of homicide, 50% are killed by the intimate partners or family members. This situation cannot be overlooked. Although progress has been made, the end of violence against women is far from today's reality.
Kamal married Rajesh Kumar at the age of 18. Rupendra Kaur married S. Yara Singh at the age of 22. When Kamal revolted against her husband's extramarital affair, she was subjected to both verbal and psychological torture. Rupendra also experienced psychological torture because of her husband's jealousy directed to her higher education. Both these women approached the police for help but ended up with different results. After 8 months, Kamal had to go back with her husband and bear with his abuses because she was uneducated and economically dependent, whereas Rupendra successfully divorced her husband, earned a good salary, and independently lived a happy life with her children.
Henceforth, transform attitudes towards harmful practices at multiple levels. If you are a victim of violence and abuse, that doesn't mean it's the end of your life. Numerous organizations and platforms such as the National Center for Victims of Crime, Text for Help, Break the Cycle, and many more are always there to help you. If you don't have a reason to live, then I will give you one. That is, to live for yourself.
Engage boys and young men to become the agent of change. Respect, equality, and positive attitude towards women should be inculcated in boys from a very young age. Every boy should be taught that any kind of verbal, physical, or emotional violence is a big no. Make young boys read books and watch movies featuring strong female protagonists and supportive males. Parents' common sight that boys don't cry pushes young men to let go of their pent-up frustrations through alternatives such as violence. Put an end to it. Expressing emotions is natural and not a weakness. If a girl says no, then it means no.
Take a stand against regressive forces. Under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, women can look for security against domestic violence, financial compensation, right to live in their mutual house, or they can get maintenance from their abusers in case they are living separately. Under IPC Section 498A, if a husband or any relative of his treats the woman cruelly, they shall be imprisoned to up to 3 years accompanied by a fine. Under the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act 2013, sexual harassment at workplace may lead to termination of service, withholding of promotion, and reasonable compensation to the victim.
So girls, in case you are in a stinky situation, use self-defense to protect yourself. Carry a pepper spray with you always and keep it handy. Always pour your own drinks at parties and don't take drinks from complete strangers or even friends. If you feel someone is stalking you, try to find a crowded place and call someone for help. Keep your mobile phone charged with all emergency numbers handy.
Violence is one of the most appalling kinds of harassment endured by the women today. As a human being and the young generation, we have to stand together and protect the victims of violence. My safety is in my hands, but that does not mean you cannot help me. Helping one person might not change the world, but it can change the world for that one. Let's make it a world where all the victims of violence and those we protect from this day on can smile together.